Have you seen that? Oh, good time
Ha.
to record.
Yeah, I forgot. I always
I'm
forget.
about to
Thank you.
hit.
You
I'm
need
about
to.
to fire.
I
Everybody's bringing
apologize.
their being. Everybody's bringing their being. So like we can really recognize all that encapsulates us when we allow for all of us to really be brought. And so with that said, what uh what do we get from recognizing our worthiness? It's almost like allowing life to be exactly what it is. Everything in life is exactly what it is, but we have to recognize how to value things correctly. Because like we've mostly been learning how to value things based on society or how someone else has seen us.
Hey,
And
Ganesh, real
so,
quick, bro. Can I ask
yeah,
you
bro.
something? I know you put your headphones in, but the audio quality was a little bit better when you didn't have them in. I'm not attached to it, but I just want to let you know that.
All right, bro. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see this. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we
Yeah.
rock it that way.
Okay,
We rock
cool.
it that way.
No
Yeah.
more
So,
interruptions at all. We in the spirit. It's time to praise. Let's go.
yeah. Um, honestly, I'm just saying what came because I didn't prepare anything. I didn't even know what we're talking about today. So,
Exactly.
yeah. So where I was just feeling the essence of we're not trying to do anything.
Mm.
We're just watching what we've already done, which is we've labeled ourselves incorrectly. We've assigned ourselves value based on something that's not the truth of our value, simply. And so when I started off, I was thinking, I'm recognizing it. I was just looking at the screen and seeing, wow, there's so much essence here. I don't really know where everyone's from, but I can feel that we're really bringing the entire globe onto this call right now in the sense of what we know, what we've learned, who we are to ourselves, our families, our family structures, the places that we're interested. So we could solve every situation the world is having right now because somebody
Hmm.
has the wisdom or the awareness in that area particularly. So what you are naturally drawn to, what you are naturally interested in, what you naturally have thousands of hours to figure out is your worthiness. Like that should be shared. That should be people should know that you are well rooted in those qualities because that's you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Um, that piece right there, you don't have to do anything. You've heard me say this before, but you don't have to do anything to be what you are. And before I say that, I want to acknowledge one more person on this call, my brother Kinsani from South Africa. This is the most, he's a wealthy creator. I'm gonna be straight up with it. He's just wealthy. He just drips wealth. That's who he's being, that's what he's creating. He's so passionate, so open-hearted. And so I just want to just acknowledge him.
Awesome, bro.
You don't have to do anything to be what you are. That's what Gadamshi just said. Everybody trying to do shit and do shit and do shit, and that's great. Do whatever you want to do, but it's what you be, and you can't do enough to be what you are. So it's like
Mm,
your whole life experience has molded you to be what you are. Your whole
mhm,
life experience has cultivated you to be what you are. And I say that lightly because when I say be what you are, I'm talking about the essence of your existence. That's why we say just being is worthy, the essence of your existence. You can't do anything to be that.
mhm.
Like you can't work hard enough to make your heart beat. You can't work hard enough. You can't do anything to make your lungs pump. You can't do anything to make yourself aware. You're just being aware. That pure awareness, that pure existence, that pure state of being is the most valuable is a not a good term because we can't even define this. It's infinite. And so I'm going to share the infinite nature of our experience right now. Because over the last couple of days, a lot of things have been moving and shaking in my life. I've been taking on new responsibilities. I've been talking to a lot more people. I've been doing a lot of things, and that's all great. It's all fun. And what arises from that is I've noticed that, I've been having some overthinking. I've been having some anxious feelings arise. I've been having some doubts arise. And the old me would have been like, oh, fuck, you shouldn't be overthinking. You shouldn't be doubting. You shouldn't be anxious. This is not good. Something is wrong. And I notice those patterns and beliefs arising right now. Like, oh, I shouldn't be anxious. Oh my God, I should do something. But what I'm recognizing now, what I'm sharing with you guys now is that just being is worthy. Just being anxious, you're still worthy. Just being depressed, you're still worthy. Just being overthinking, you're still worthy, because those are all temporary experiences that are felt and that are real as fuck, but they can never hurt or affect what you are, because you are aware of the overthinking. You are aware of the depression. You are aware of the doubt. And that place of, I am aware of this, puts you in a place of, I'm choosing now. I'm free. And actually, this morning, bro, I was like, I opened up to all the anxiety. Come to me. I open up to all the overthinking. Come to me, because it's an opportunity for me to see what the fuck I am. I don't have to run. I'm not scared of overthinking, bro. I'm not scared of anxiety. I'm not scared of doubt, because I know what the fuck I am. Just like Gadempsy does, just like Isaac does, just like Jared does, just like Elita does. We know who we are, and that's what we are here remembering today.
Yeah. Big facts, bro. Man, I love that. I think sometimes the forgetfulness is like we become what we're experiencing because it's so
Yeah.
close to us, or because it's so right now, that we identify with it subtly, and then it starts to grow in comparison to who we really know ourselves to be. So it's not like pull the wool over your eyes, but it's kind of like leaking energy into something that's not true, and then you have to like kind of let yourself realize that. So it's a beautiful process. It's not like uh, you should never overthink, because there's some areas where you can use that skill on intention, and the intention of utilizing that skill gets you to a solution without having to bump heads and figure out problems. It's like, no, we're just going to move through all the problems without even trying, without even having to, by utilizing this quality of rational probability assessment. I'm finding some words right now, but it's like, it's all part of this deciding energy. It's like, once you're making decisions, you have to see those things that would hinder the same thing that you're interested in. It's like it's not a contest for attention, but it's like a byproduct of your concentrated attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gademshi, what you just said too, I love you said like the letting. You said this a lot of times, but like the letting and allowing, because it's like, don't ridicule yourself. Stop beating
Mm-hmm.
yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop beating yourself up. Like, you're a human being. Like, you have experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more. That's like really though, like, you really don't have to beat yourself up. You really don't have to punish yourself. You really don't have to ridicule yourself. And I know that it's easy to do that,
Mm.
but but I want Ganesh to say what he has to say.
But why do we do that though? It's like, why do we do it? There it is again. It's like we're labeling ourselves for something that is natural, and we only add a negative connotation instead of becoming the space for that experience. We're not the first human beings to think about anything. You know what I'm saying? Brain has been, expanding because it's been there. It's like every single person is expanding and extending the quality of life itself. But we're not the first people to use fingers. So it's like, we can get stressed out, we can get hesitant, we can get into any of these states, but none of these states define us. We are defined in the experience once we identify with the state. So I'm feeling stressed right now in my body.
Yeah.
This shit is stressing my fucking body out. But then it's like, I'm not stressed. This thing is causing a reflection within me. And so just having the knowledge that that's what is happening, you can recognize my body's having, and then you just attend to the body. My mind is having,
Mm-hmm.
just attend to the mind. But it's like, all these, they're all tools or instruments for sake of sense. It's like, after you work the mind, you don't want to keep working it. You actually want to let it. You actually want to allow it to be. And then from this space of allowing it to be, it's like you get to see all that you've really entertained. Oh, I was just on a call and I was a little bit stressed out. And then I was on this call and then this happened. And then I spoke to these people and then we had a conversation. And then I got a little frustrated about that. So it's like, you've done a lot and now you have this little residue. And it just needs to
Mm-hmm.
be, it just need to be tended to. And
Yes.
the easiest way to do that, bro, is breath for me. But I would love to know, like, what kind of ways do you, once you find yourself actually experiencing this overthinking or actually experiencing, what are some of the things that you like to do, or what are some of the things that your mind goes to?
Yeah, I'm glad to. No, I'm gonna give it back to you real quick, because that's what I was kind of. I said yes because I was like, with everything that goes on, in the world or whatever our experience is, we think that it's something to do. We think we need to go take care of something. We think we need to go fix something. Think we need to go change our thoughts, or we need to change our feelings, or change our emotions. But in truth, it's time for you to take care of yourself. As you're talking about, going back to, like, it's all an opportunity for you to take care of yourself, because if you knew what you were, you wouldn't need to change anything, because you just know how infinite you are. And that's, taking care of yourself is a segue into recognizing and realizing what you are. Taking care of yourself, and you start to feel this spaciousness. You start to feel this lightness. You start to feel this love. You start to feel like this resonance, and you're like, whoa, this resonance is real. This is real.
I love that, bro. It's almost like once you are well rooted in being, there's these parts of the self, the body, for an example, that has its own space for allowing. Then the mind also has its own sense of allowing as well. It's like having resistance in the body may be like, I'm feeling this craving for sugar, and so I'm just never going to stop eating sugar. But it's like, you would have to create a break for that at some point. You can't just have the pies and the sweets and the cakes and the candies and this. You just can't do that continually. Same way with the mind. It's like, oh, well, I'm about to just go full in on this, project, and we're going to be done in 30 days and this and this. But then if you're not opening for that allowance for the rest period, day 4, you're going to be burnt out, and then you're going to be stressed out. Then you're going to be shouting at folks and saying things, because everything needs its opening and closing element. And yeah, bro. I don't even know where we're going, but we're shining with it.
I know that's the fun part about the shine space, is that, like, we're so infinite that, like, I just said, like, we're pointing at just being is worthy, but, like, I don't even know what that means, actually. I just know that we're being here right now, and all of us being here, we are it.
Yeah.
We are love. We are God expressing. We are pure life expressing right now. We are the infinite source that has never been hurt, has never been tainted. It is perfect. And a lot of people they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that they are perfect right now. They like, no, I'm not perfect. I need to be more productive. No, I'm not perfect. I need to work harder. No, I'm not perfect. I need to make more money. I'm like, cool, man. That's great too. Ain't no pressure. I understand where you're coming from, but there's also another place where it is this pure life expressing through you right now. You're just being, bro. You're just being right now. And you can make up a lot of fucking stories about it. You can make up a lot of stories, but you're just being right now. And if you recognize that you're just being right now, you will see something different, and you won't have to change the world. You will just be with yourself.
You saw that too, bro. You saw that too, bro. You saw me.
Yeah, I saw you. Let me just say this one thing, because you asked me, what do I do? So I had it this morning. I was journaling, and I noticed that I was journaling really fast. I was writing really fast. And then I was like, it was like I was praising while I was writing, and I was affirming, but I noticed that there was still a little bit of anxiousness in my writing. And then I was like, you can slow down right now. There's nowhere for you to go. You can be here with yourself right now with every letter that you write. There is no rush. You literally don't have to go nowhere. You can literally sit down. Bro, this is how fucking free I am. I can sit down at my notebook and write all day. I can miss this call and I'm gonna still be okay. I can not talk to nobody for the rest of the day. That's how much I'm slowing down, because I'm present with the moment. Time will fly by and I will still be writing and I won't know what the fuck is happening. But that's how slow I'm taking it, bro. I'm slowing down to just being with myself, because I want to really realize that this now moment is perfect. And I want to realize that, bro, I'm fucking stressed and I'm depressed, but this is perfect. I really want to realize that. I don't want nothing to say that this is anything that says I should not be like this is me neglecting and denying my experience. Anything that says oh no, you shouldn't be like this. Oh, that's not where I'm going. I want to be here with this shit, and I want to experience it to its fullest, because I know that if I can experience this, I am liberated, bro. I am free. I'm not moved by any experience. That's how I get to it.
I love that, bro. I love that. I love how the process for you is kind of like accepting the moment and making that acceptance the focus. It's like
Yeah.
I'm here right now, and nothing else matters. It's like nothing else needs to matter. But like this quality of our mind that I think we need to acknowledge. This is what actually came to me is like this part of our mind. It's like I've been labeling it the meaning maker. I think
Yeah.
I actually have it labeled like that in the book as well. But it's this quality of our mind that wants to say what things are. It's a quality that in summary judges, but it's not judging in the sense like, oh, that's not the way to do it, or that's wrong, that's bad. But like, what is that? It's a speech. It's like when you say what is that, it's like, oh, that's a MacBook Pro. That's a 15-inch MacBook Pro touch bar, because you're saying what that is. And so this quality of our mind says that as well for inside stuff. It's like
Hmm.
it's like, oh, you're not good enough comes up because of something, but that's coming up inside. We're making that up from nowhere, that we're not good enough. And then we're using something outside to describe what we've created. Oh, because of this. But it's like,
Yeah.
we can actually do the same exact thing with anxiety, with anxiousness, with overthinking. I'm overthinking about this. And then what meaning are we going to ascribe to that? This is important to me. This is something that I value highly. But we don't have to like become the overthinker because of that. But it's like an opportunity to make a good meaning out of it, though. It's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna speak to going to zero in a second, but it's like we don't want to throw away anything because
What do
it's
you mean by
like,
that? In the sense of what?
so when I in the sense of like, let's say we go through a long day or a long week and we're having this sense of burden, this sense of strain, like, we've been like really moving the muscle, but it's like we don't want to discard those senses that we reflect. Like, I need to take note that I've been doing that and this is how it makes me feel. So
Hmm.
it's not like we want to throw away what's happening, but it's like we want to embrace what's happening and create a positive meaning out of this. And then from there, we still have the correspondence of going to zero. It's still important, but it's like all that we experience along the way. It's like your perseverance, is your resistance, your resilience, it's your determination, it's your will, it's your discipline. It's like even in the midst of all those things, these are the things that are building in those moments. But it's like we just want to get out of it so we can feel better.
Yeah. 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 That piece right there. Just to echo what you said, it's that like a full, like I just said, like I'll just open up my arms with all experiences. Like I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, bro, like I don't push away the depression. Like, oh, it's a whatever. It's not like let me just push it away. I don't need to be depressed, or it's like I don't need to be anxious, or I don't need to be mad, or I don't need to be frustrated. Let's go to some different emotions. Like I don't need to be frustrated or sad. I don't need to. I don't need that shit. Let me just get away from it because that's a really easy paradigm to get in if you're like in the positive thinking movement. It's like let me just cover it up. Let me just put some icing on some dog shit, and that'll
Yeah.
make it better. But it's like, nah, that shit's building up. Don't put no icing on there, bro. You need to take a look at that shit. Real talk. That piece right there. And then being able to do this cool because when you open up, now you have so much wiggle room. Okay, so this is what it is. Like you just said, it's like if you push it away, that means that you gave it a negative meaning.
Mm-hmm.
If you because we and also if you push it away, you really don't understand what's going on because we fear what we don't understand or we push away what we don't understand. So by you being open to the experience and letting and allowing the experience, you really get to understand it a little bit more. And then once you understand it a little bit more, you get to give it a different meaning.
That's exactly it, bro. That is exactly it. I love that full embrace that you talked about because anything that you say this full embrace, but not that,
Yeah.
got this full embrace, but I don't this full embrace this way because I don't know about that. And it's like you give a lot of energy to that when you do it that way because it's like it's so important that it's not included. So it's there
Yeah.
and you have to recognize that it's there. But then the beauty of it also is like when you do have this full embrace for all feelings, all emotions, all thoughts, you recognize they're all the same things. It's like at the substance of each of them, they are all thoughts. And so you become more mature with the sense orientation of thinking, and also the sense orientation of like what you come up with. It's like you're not afraid of what comes because it's all the same substance in a sense. It's like I don't want to get too like mystical so soon, but it's like
Let me say this real quick and then take it there. Please take it there. Because this is a beautiful thing about the Shine Space is that we are literally no sacrifice in here, bro. Like we are not going to deny any part of our expression. It's like I want to see it all. I want to be with it all. And like Ademption just said, like the substance of everything, it's really it starts with thoughts. It's thought created. Our world is literally a thought created experience. And so when you start to really see that it's always an internal movement. So yet again, like I just said, like this week there have been a lot of external things moving in my life. There have been a lot of new experiences. There have been a lot of obviously new shit. And so it gives my mind an opportunity to be like, well, I need to think about this more. I need to think about this, and this. I need to make sure that this is all perfect. And so it can be easy for me to say, oh, this is the external world. It's the external world that's causing me to be like this. It's because I'm doing this. But it's like, it's not. I'm just aware that there is a abundant amount of thinking. There is a lot of thinking. And I don't have to change the external world. I just have to, I don't have to being with myself. It's an opportunity for me to be with myself. That's what it is. It's an opportunity for me to understand what is this thinking process? What is actually happening? Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Oh, that's okay too. Oh, okay, cool, nice. And I still love myself. I still love you too.
mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. I love that. It's like keeping it aware that that same feeling exists still. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like bringing your memory back to God or bring your memory back to spirit, bring your memory back to the source. Because it's like you get filled up on this. It's almost like you get filled up on this more of it's like a fuel of your awareness. It's like you fuel up to be able to love all of these things. It's like you fuel up to be able to recognize and account for all these feelings. Then you come back to the source, and then it's like you become full again or become zero again. And then you come back out, and then it's like, oh god, still gotta build, still building, still having fun, still creating. And then come back to source, and it's like, okay, now I'm full again. Then it's like now it's like just like this. That's why I love the term coming back to zero because it's
Yeah.
like I don't know how else to say it right now. That's the summary, you know.
I
But
think
it's
that's
like,
I think
yeah.
that's a beautiful one too. And that's so beautifully said because that just that it's like, and that's really what that's what my process was, just coming back to that pure awareness of coming back to zero, and then the world collapsed. There was no world.
Mm,
There was nobody pulling me. There was nothing that I had to do. There was nothing there, and so I'm just back. I'm just sitting back, just relaxing now, just chilling in the spirit, chilling in the cut, and then I get excited again. I take some more action. I'm
yeah.
like, it's like you just said, coming from zero. Redemption, what I would love to do right now is I want to just kind of open it up to see if anybody has any questions or any experiences that would align with this that maybe don't seem that this would align or this doesn't work actually. And I'm gonna spotlight Isaac because that's Isaac, and I know that he always has something wonderful to share. Question, concerns, anything, Isaac.
Thanks for inviting me on, Dave. Yeah, so I'm really liking what you guys are saying about going back to zero because for me, what that means is going back to home, going back to the true source. Am I being moved by these external circumstances, financial status? Am I seeking validation from others through my actions, through what I'm posting, through what I'm even doing in life? It can kind of be sinister how it creeps in on us. Sometimes we don't
Mhm.
recognize fully like that we're doing something. And that's the power of going back to zero. I love how you guys are talking about that. For me, going back to zero simply just starts uh, right away for me in the morning, not getting out of bed, going straight to my cellular device, going back home. Like, okay, what do I want to do today? Like, who do I want to be today? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
how is who I'm being feeding my vision that I have going forward? And I'm recognizing what I'm not going to be moved by and what I am going to be moved by, and just setting that intention for the day. So I really love what you guys have to say. about that, and it's very impactful.
Yeah, straight up, man. That's
Thank
Isaac,
goodness.
dog. Isaac has spoken.
Yeah,
Isaac has
that's
spoken.
yeah,
Nah,
bro. That
so
is powerful. I love
yeah,
that.
so clear and concise, bro.
Yep.
So straight up. It's like that thing. It's like, what am I being moved by? I'm at home right now, and what am I allowing me to take me from home? Do I really want to leave home from this? Do I really want to go out there? Like, do I really want to leave my
Mm,
house for this? Really?
I see that. I love how you brought up the phone at the beginning of the day as well, because man, when I started disciplining how I started my risings, my mornings, I've never touched that previous form of being since I stopped. It's like I have a routine and I love it. It's not because of anything, but because this shit is fucking awesome. I just
Yes,
feel
sir.
like if I didn't, I mean, bro, it's like you would know how your computer works best after using it for so long. It's
Yeah.
like, what you think is going to work better, having 1,000 tabs or just one? You could figure
Mm.
that out. You could figure that out, and it could take you 10 seconds, or you could be working the computer with 1,000 tabs for 10 years. You know, and it's like, oh no, I like my computer with 0 tabs. I don't even start my computer with tabs. I want my computer to start with 0 windows, and that's like I start my day. And so when I start my day in this way, it's really the same as what Isaac was saying. It's like the entire world is open to me. I'm choosing who I'm being for my vision, and not visioning, who just got a new Lamborghini, or who's teaching right now, or who just talked that good consciousness. Because y'all be teaching good though, but it's like,
Nah.
it's like I don't need that right now at 8 o'clock right now. Actually, in fact, I need more of this spirit, more effect. I need more of this self. I need more of this God. I need more of this me. I need more of this source. And it's like, once I do that, I kind of have some activities I like to go about. And then I come to what I'm bringing myself to in the world, like what I'm engaging with, who I'm talking to. But then I come to them so full though, because I don't
Yes.
need anything. I done filled up on everything. And I'm just showing up now with everything. Then I pass over there, got some everything to share.
Yes, sir. Good MC. I only do what I love.
Mm.
That's why I do my routine. That's what you just said too. And that's
Yeah.
what I just want to bring. I just want to bring that up because we talked about this. We talked about this a few times, but it's like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters where you're coming from, who you're being while you're doing it. Because I've been in the personal development world, and it was like, you need to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. You need to take a cold shower. You need to read a book. You need to meditate. It's like, who the fuck are you? What are you talking about, bro?
Mm.
Do you love doing that? Do you enjoy doing that? Or do you like waking up at fucking 9 o'clock and going to go stand in the sun?
That's all I like.
What do you love doing actually? So it's really cool because like it doesn't matter what you do, it matters who you're being when you're doing it. It's matter where you're coming from. Are you coming from lack and scarcity? Are you coming from fear? Are you afraid? Are you in fear? That's why you're doing it? Or are you doing it because you really love it? It's like I love all the tabs being closed. I love only having one tab open.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not scared of 10 tabs either. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid of those tabs, bro. But I love the one tab because it's in alignment. It allows me to move in a place of beauty.
Mm.
Yeah.
Resonate with that, bro. Just like I was reaching for it too, bro. It's like when you find what works for you, you don't have to try to do it. It's like you do it because it really works, or you do it because you really want to do it. But yeah, bro, I can actually resonate with this like self-development. I think I spoke to Isaac about this recently, like this element of self-help and self-bettering that's coming off this toxic vibe, because we're not loving the process of becoming. We're just trying to become, and that trying, it's like stagnance. It's like trying to cut a brick with some butter knives. It's like just getting elbows with this. It's like I'm going to wake, and I'm not waking up at whatever. I'm not getting up at no time this body's not getting up at. I'm not, and I'm not sleeping at what time the body's not tired, because it's like I'm inspired. So I'm like moving with the inspiration, or I'm rejuvenating. So for the inspiration, it's like, so yeah, bro. I think people can find a better relationship with becoming their greatest version by letting it be on their terms.
Yeah, that's it. Like you just said, it's like, it's like trying. It's really that's funny because the trying is diluting the being,
Hmm.
and that's and nobody. So So when I became aware of when I woke up, when I like kind of just like, oh fuck, like I'm good. The statement that woke me up is that you're worthy and you can stop trying.
Mm,
I've shared this story a lot of times. You're worthy and you can stop trying. The trying is diluting you seeing what you are. The trying is diluting you realizing that you're worthy already because you're trying to make more money. You're trying to get other people validation. You're trying to da 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 because you can't see. And that trying just continue is perpetuating the illusion that you're not enough.
mm,
And so it's scary, but I'm gonna ask you to stop trying.
mm.
And everybody gonna be like, no, I'm gonna ask you to just stop trying. I'm gonna ask you just to relax. I'm gonna ask you to just relax into just being is worthy, and there's nothing that you have to do to be what you are. And the doing is diluting the being that can be expressed because when you just be expressed, you see that that being is all powerful.
Mm.
That being is immaculate. That being is beautiful. That being doesn't need anything. And you're only doing stuff because you think you need something. The being doesn't need anything. The being is full, it's whole, it's complete. And that's always here. So go do whatever you want to do. But just know that you're already whole. So you're just kind of doing some flat ass action. You just kind of just do whatever. I really don't care. Do whatever you want to do. But just know, like at the end of the day, like you're not gonna get nothing. You're not gonna get more than you got right now.
I love that, bro. I love that, bro. It brings me to this saying that I've been saying, bro. It's like you can't find a better feeling than the feeling you have.
Ah.
It's like instead of trying to do because of how you are feeling, what about feeling how you are feeling? Because once you go to what you have, then you can change it. But until then, you can't find a better feeling. It's like you just put on a mask on this sense of inadequacy. No, try being super inadequate. I'm like, just wear that shit so much, and it's gonna dissolve because you're the light of God. And so once you wear what you have consciously, it can't stand unless it's truth. That's it.
Yeah, you said this so many times, and I took this from you. But it's like, who do you think is more powerful? We're gonna use more word powerful, but it's like the person that's sitting at the back of the class and they're insecure as fuck and they're really shy, or the person that stand up and be like, "Hey, I'm insecure as fuck and I'm shy, y'all." Who is really who would you say is more in tune or more powerful or more okay? Like I would say the person that says something is like, I'm like, okay, I see them. I love that. Try being super inadequate.
Yeah.
Try that shit.
Yeah.
Like
So
try that.
like allow yourself to be in summary, so it's like I love the analogy of myself. I use myself as an example because when I was younger, I used to always get bored in the sense that whatever was happening, I would be fed up with. And then, I would try to do something to get, busy or keep myself occupied. But the success I found in life was when I actually let myself stay bored and not try to do stuff to keep myself entertained, for an example. So the summary is like, allow yourself to be sad. Allow yourself to be frustrated. It's not going to last that long. But if you tuck it away or if you sweep it under the rug, like they like to say, then you have your whole house, you have your room, you have your rug, and some frustration under it. It's not that it's not there. It's that it's there and that you're not allowing yourself to recognize that it's there. And
You trip
so,
over that damn frustration every day. You can walk on a rug and you fall over every day, and you're like, bro, what is this? You know what it is. Clean that shit up.
yeah. And the beauty is like, once you do let it out, it can't grow. But if you don't, it's growing. And it's just going to be the right person to walk over that rug that you're going to unload all that frustration on them. And so you can't hide nothing. So you're better off being everything that you have, and then you can have something else.
Bro, I got this image of like you bring somebody in your house and you like, hey, let me show you what I got under my rug. Let me show you what I got under my rug. All this frustration and anger, and they just fucking you kill them with that shit. So this is it. Unwavering. I would love to get Isaac to talk about this after I share this. Unwavering, immovable. But my way of seeing it is that if you really want to experience something truthful, if you really want to experience your being, Your being is never being moved. It's unwavering. So it's not chasing anything, nor is it avoiding anything. So it's not avoiding the fear. It's not avoiding the shame. It's not avoiding the insecurity. Nor is it chasing the pleasure. Nor is it chasing the validation. Nor is it chasing the happy feeling. It's not. So when you can allow yourself to stop avoiding things and stop chasing things, you will be in the middle. And when you be in the middle, you will be not moved. You will be expressing something that's true. You'll be expressing something that's stable. You'll be expressing something that's infinite. That's what you're being. Isaac, tell me about unwavering.
Yeah, so I have a testimony to unwavering, actually, which I love that you called me on for this one. So, yesterday was, I would say, one of the first times that I actually enjoyed like feeling something that doesn't really feel that good, and I think that that's a testimony just by plugging into this network and like really diving deep within myself and allowing myself to feel not just happy, not just joy, not just excitement, but the entire color palette. You guys talk about the color palette of emotions, right? So I felt some of the darker colors yesterday, and of course, like the first reaction was like, oh, I gotta go do, like, that's not okay. Like, I gotta go get up and walk away from this. I actually said, no, like, come here, like, come here. I stopped everything I was doing and I physically said to myself, come here, like, I want to see what you have to say. Oh, you feel bad about stuff you did in the past. Like, okay, but that's no longer serving you. And just having that internal dialogue, it gets so deep, man, where we have to speak to ourselves physically and really understand that voice. It's not a bad thing. It's just something within us that's trying to communicate to us. It's not trying to cause us any harm or cause any judgment. It's just simply a reminder that we are conscious beings with an internal dialogue. You see, when we communicate with other people, like how I'm communicating now, like I'm speaking outward to you guys. A lot of people don't think that they have an inward communication. And as I'm starting to develop that for myself, it's starting to get better and unwavering with the fact that it may not always be the best. There's things that make us insecure. For instance, like social media, right? Status and stuff. There's so many things that may make us feel like we're inadequate. But unwavering, what that means to me is even though I'm feeling this, even though that internal dialogue that I have with myself is telling me like, oh, maybe you should go have a Lamborghini to be cool, or you need more friends, you should go redo that. It's like, bro, why? Like talking to myself, like, why? Oh, because you feel insecure about that, because you feel like that's an external thing that you need to fill. Like, what's going on with you right now? And I think a lot of people need a lot of grace for themselves when they first start doing that as well. I know I needed a lot of grace for myself too. And that's what I love about the Shine Space, man. We can't do it alone.
Yeah.
We can get to a point where we can do it alone, right? That's the goal here. But when we first start out, man, it can be rough.
Yes, sir. Beautiful, man. God damn. Thank you, bro. I love that. I love that you brought that into the space, like really that internal dialogue, because the truth is this. It's like how you talk to yourself is how you talk to the world. Nobody wants to, they don't think that actually. They don't really, you like, no, that's not true. It's like how you talk to yourself is how you talk to the world. And not even how you be towards yourself is how you be to the world. So if you're being mean towards yourself, you're going to be mean to the world. And you may try to act like you happy and nice, but vibes don't lie, bro. If you're being disrespectful, you're going to be disrespectful to the world. Vibes don't lie, bro. You can't get out of that shit. Who are you being towards yourself? If you anchor in just being is worthy, you will start to be nicer to yourself because you know that you are worthy no matter what. And that will start to cultivate a different way of self-communication. It will start to change the way that you communicate, because like, I know I'm not a piece of shit. I know I'm worthy. I know I'm not stupid. I know I'm not an idiot. I know that can't be true because it feels so bad when I say it. It don't feel good. What is true? I'm just being.
It's like the mirror effect, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like what we speak to ourselves. It's like if we can't allow ourselves to feel frustration, we're not gonna allow our spouse to feel frustration. We're not going to accept them for that. If we can't accept ourselves when we're feeling frustration, anxiety, worry, depression, we can't receive that from other people as well. We're not going to know how to nurture that. We could probably manipulate them into thinking that we do, right? But vibes always just show the true intention. So I love what you had to say about that. The mirror effect.
Yeah. I love what Jamal said. The world is you pushed out. I think that's what you said. I didn't get to read it, but I know it's something along that lines. But what's up, Gaddafi? I see you, bro. See you shining over there.
Yeah, bro. I'm just really taking in what y'all just shared, man. And I love how Isaac brought in the quality of the inner conversation. I recognize that most of the times when we look at trauma, we're talking about hurt people who hurt people. And the quality of your inner conversation is how you feel with you. So if you're inflicting pain on any person by any means, you are already in at least 5 to 10 times that level of same intensity, because what comes out of you is already what's within you. And the Bible will say, out of the fullness of the heart, or a man speaketh out of the fullness of his heart. And it's basically reflecting like whatever you are to yourself is what's coming out of your mouth, is what you're putting into other people's lives. So it's like, first, you being one with yourself is really it's like an invitation to become your inner parent, your inner father, guiding your own thoughts, your inner mother, holding space for all your feelings. You know, it's like this correspondence of masculine and feminine. It's not God as an internal quality outside of the forms of energy that it takes. It's like God as the masculine energy, God as a feminine energy. So your emotions also bring messages. Your emotions also bring you wisdom. Your emotions also bring every single one of them. There's none of them that's cast out. Like anger is a sacred invitation for protection at times. Let somebody come over here and come to my mom's house when it's not invited. It's not love and light. It is fire fucking rocks of comet and fuck. I don't know. You can might be spraying something. I don't know. So it's like the energy that is there for a reason. But we have to become wise about being spacious enough to let ourselves know what that reason is.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that simple? Because what we're really talking about is parenting yourself, reparenting yourself. Because yet again, it's like our parents weren't trained, nor were they equipped to be able to hold space for you when you were angry. They told you to stop crying. Don't be a crybaby. They told you to go fucking do something. Go play outside. Don't be in here with that bullshit. They said all types of things. You should be a strong man. And so that piece of like, that's why we just came like literally screaming from the rooftops, like allow you. And so yet again, it takes awareness. It takes you to see that, like it takes you to become aware of your internal experience. There are things that I still do not notice. They're still under the radar. There are feelings and emotions that I just fly past them. I don't give them any attention, or I don't acknowledge them. It's like, that's that shit right there though. Can you be spacious and gracious enough to acknowledge how you feel in any moment and be with that? Hold it for a moment, see what it is, try to understand it. And it was cool because I was having a conversation with James yesterday, and we're talking about his workplace and how people at his workplace, specifically the bosses and managers, like they treat people like shit. And I was telling James, it's like, because they treat themselves like shit. End of the story. And that's okay too. And that's okay. But it is only a reflection how you're being toward yourself. So if you want the world to change, if you want people to change, you got to be different toward yourself. And this is the cool thing. When you start, just like you said the Bible verse, but it's like people will only get what you have inside of you. The same thing goes the opposite way. No one can put a feeling inside of you if you don't have it. If you don't, bro, I'm not shameful about anything, so you can't put shame in me. And there may be some shit that I might be shameful about, but you can check my pockets. I'm good. There are things that like I'm not insecure about my bald head. So if you say, Dave, you got a bald head, I don't care. Now, on the other hand, if somebody's insecure about their bald head, they're gonna take that shit personally. You said I got a bald head. That's it. No, no one can put a feeling inside of you, fam.
Yeah.
No one can put in if you don't got it in you, they can't like that's it. That's the cool thing too. So it's like it's always our work to clean our own pipes, to do the work. So it's like no, it's okay. And this, if someone does make something arise within you, don't blame it on them. Take care of it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I still see I got this inside of me. Let me take care of this. Everything is a catalyst for you to remember what you are, for you to truly love yourself more. Quite simply. Done data.
Facts, bro. That's powerful, bro. Because it's like I have a big forehead, bro. And when I was being raised, bro, whoo, that was fighting words.
Yeah.
That was fighting words, bro. Because it's like I didn't have no comeback. So straight up, what up? You know, it's big, bro. So I was like, all right, bet. So what you saying? Like, but then as I became more spiritual aware, it wasn't even like the spirituality, bro. It's really just like we're waiting for people to do what we're wanting to do. We want people to accept us, but we yet not accept us. We want people to love us, but we not yet love us. It's like, no, I'm going to do everything that I would ever ask from anyone so that I don't have to ask nobody. And in fact, anybody who's doing it, just adding a little bit of whipped cream to whipped cream because that shit was already saucing before you got here. You feel me? It's like I'm keeping myself full. So everybody who pours into me is just a little overflow for me to pour onto somebody else as well. I'm keeping myself full. So
Yes,
when I
sir.
started looking at my makeup, I started realizing there's a wisdom in the reason why I'm this way. There's a reason why I didn't come out with a 3 head because some folks don't even have a 4 head. They be small too. So it's like you can have a 7 head like mine, you can get a 3 head, or you can actually get a prescribed 4 head. But I don't know how many numbers and letters it is, bro. I probably got a 2/5 head or something, bro. It's all
Bro.
about it's all about allowing what you have to be the most beautiful you, bro. Because it's like nobody can accomplish making you, like you were saying, bro, nobody can add a feeling to you. Nobody can let you be happy about what you have unless you are. Period.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Let's get it. Fucking right, man. I feel like this is a good place. I feel like this is a good place to open up the floor for any questions. And yet again, you don't whatever you share doesn't have to be specifically about what we talked about today. We're open to everything. This is a science space. We're just bringing light to all areas of life. And so at this moment, we'll open up the floor. If anybody has any questions, not even concerns, but it's like, what y'all want to share? Say some shit.
Yeah, like
Say,
some reflection.
Yeah, reflections. Yeah.
Yeah, like I seen some of y'all going wild in the chat. I know y'all got some wisdom to share today.
Yeah, real quick. Jamal, bro, did we go to school together?
Are you in St. Louis?
No, I'm not. You look so familiar, man. And I was like, Jamal Jones. I was like, did we go to school? I'm from Texas, actually, but okay, guess not, man. But it's so good to see you here, bro. You got a familiar face. I guess we just resonate with the soul, man. So good to see you here, brother.
Like for the most part, since I've had my locks, it's been about a year. I've been told I look like other people who also have locks, but I'm just thinking to myself, if you had saw me like a year ago when I had my waves, you wouldn't be saying this. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was invited by I think was it Isaac? Is he still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was invited, and like all the stuff you guys are saying and stuff, I remind myself all the time, and the kind of stuff I tell my students all the time because like my day job is a teacher, and like I'm literally like we're doing our like PD stuff, so like the students are not here, so like once I had the time to step out of the meeting that I was in, I was like let me hop on and see what's up. And it's like, yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I tell them. And I also find it funny that like, so for example, each of the high school rooms have a name. My room just so happens to be called the Matrix. So I'm like, okay, I see what you did. Cause like that's literally what I'm doing. I'm like trying to get them to think outside. Cause like more like outside the box, outside of the conditioning, outside of the phones, outside of like everything they're being told to think instead of how to think. So like whenever like a presentation, I'm like, yo, we talking about the conscious and subconscious mind because like this 90%, this stuff you're not trying to look at that's under the rug or under under the water, the other part of the iceberg. This is going to determine everything you experience. Like the only way you can change that is if you know what's there. You have to take that deep dive within yourself and be like, oh, this trauma from when I was 7 is still here. Like the fact that this person called me ugly when I was 5, I'm still feeling some kind of way about that. It's like you gotta go, you gotta see what's down there, because if you don't, like you'll be experiencing the same chaotic loop over and over and over and over. And then when you guys brought up the stuff about the feminine and masculine, that's something I talk about a lot, because like the divine masculine, that's your inner father, and the divine feminine is the inner mother. Your divine masculine is to protect you. So like that fight or flight, that's the divine masculine. And then that nurturing side, when you're showing yourself that love, that's the divine feminine. But then on top of that, that 0 point, that's the eternal self, which is like the person you go to at the end of the day, at the start of the day. Like that's who you are indefinitely, because that's the present moment. That's the present moment is eternal. And like all the things you guys are saying, I was like, this is great, because it's nice to see it, because like for the most part, I don't know very many people who talk like I do. So it's refreshing. It's very refreshing.
Let's go, Jamal, bro. You
Love the
doing good
vibe,
work,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Welcome in, man. I knew that you would enjoy the call. I just felt led to invite you to it. So I'm glad that you hopped on today, man.
Yeah. Appreciate the invite.
Sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, dude, that's so good. Like, oh my God, bro, you're in the school. You know, I love that's funny that they literally called your room the Matrix, because you're like,
Yeah.
I'll get y'all after. That's insane, actually. But yeah, dude, it's truly an honor having you here. Thank you for pouring in with that wisdom, and like definitely like yeah, the Shine Space. We do this every Thursday, three times out of the month, and it's like, yeah, we this is what's gonna be, bro. So yeah, man, thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah. What's up? So Tim, bro, I mean, you don't have to say anything if you don't want to say anything daily. You want to share anything? Or you can drop
Hello,
something.
everyone.
What's
Hey,
up?
Dave. Yeah, I'm good. How you doing, man?
Great, man. So happy to have you here. Thanks for being able to tune in. So Daly is tuning in all the way from the UK. He coming from London. What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, London?
Yeah, Daly, I was just saying if you wanted to chime in, if you had any reflections or anything like that. But yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with a lot of the things that you said, and the main place I'm at right now is just about self-acceptance and self-love and appreciating myself. But at the same time, I'm aware those words can mean different things for each individual. So it's about what makes the individual happy, what makes them feel fulfilled, and it's all personal to each person. So, whatever those words mean to each one of us, hopefully that is what is flowing through us, the energy and the vibe that is continuously flowing through us at all times.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I love that because like those words are so beautiful, but those words just pointing to something, they're pointing to something that we all really want to experience actually. And so it is up to the individual to use those words in service to what they are, in service to what you are, and in service to what you want to experience. And also, yeah, that's it. It's so unique, but it's some, dare I say, truth in it, because there is no truth, but it's like it's a beautiful direction to look. It's a beautiful signpost, because I mean, that's what the world needs. Everybody needs a little bit more self-love. Everybody needs a little more self-acceptance. Everybody needs a little bit more something. So yeah, Daily.
Yeah. Because we in my deep down opinion, I feel like we don't have to do anything. We don't have to be a certain way. We don't have to impress or try not to impress, and we can just be however we are in the moment. And that's the energy and vibes I feel flowing through my screen today with these lovely beings, in front of me.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
What's up, Good Dempsey? You gotta say something, brother?
Yeah, bro. I'm just so inspired by what Tim shared, man. It's like, yeah, bro, we just really getting all the things out of the way. Like all the thoughts out of the way, all the feelings out of the way, all the ideas of how it's gonna sound, just letting everything move to what is coming through. And that's like the forward focus. And I love how we can just let for reflections, because it helps me feel more like, what was seen as valuable in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's such a refreshing and like fulfilling thing. So yeah, bro, I appreciate this so much.
Yeah, Daily. Thank you for chiming in, bro. I really appreciate that. That's it's so refreshing, really so refreshing. So thank you.
Yes, yeah. I would love
I
to
think
hear.
I'm not gonna call on Elisa Light if she don't want to talk, but I see she put her microphone thing on, so she might want to say so.
Yes, I put on my hands and then I turn it off. I don't know if you saw it, like the little emoji. But yes, I would love to share. It was so cool because like I just felt like being a part of like a man's group or something. Like that was just a funny thing that I never had that before. Like this whole space, like with all these guys in there, and I was like, it's like as if I was not supposed to be here, but I'm here, of course. But just this feeling of like, yeah, being an insight in like an insight in all these men basically, and like what you guys share with each other. And I was just like, wow, it's just beautiful, like to be like a part of this, I guess, just to see this. And mostly what I want to say was like, how can I say this? It's just so wonderful to have men focus on what you guys focus on.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's just what I felt like. I was like, well, this is so cool that this is happening on the planet right now. Like you guys are talking about this, and like men are pouring into these type of ideas, these insights. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. So yeah, that was just what I wanted to share. I was like, wow, this is great. Just so you guys know that, I always want to keep like give this reminder of like this is not really normal, basically. It's like it's not normal for men to be talking about this type of stuff. And so yeah, I just want to like honor all of you being here for like tapping in with this space. Like shocking. And then I'm here like just like vibing, and I was just listening, writing, getting own inspiration for my own stuff. And yeah, it's just so fun to be a part of this and see this. And I'm just like, wow, it's
Yeah.
so cool. Like, the awakening of man on this planet, and then being able to see that and witness that is really beautiful. So yeah.
Yes. Yelita, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being that divine feminine presence. It's truly powerful, and it's funny because you got the white on and everything is white over there, so you really like a shining light in this space right now. So I love it. Thank you for the acknowledgement too, and yeah, like it's crazy because like it is so like me, Isaac, and Gademshi, we be having these conversations all the time. So it seems like it's normal, but it's like this is pop, bro. Like I know a lot of guys that are not having this conversation. They're not talking about this, and so it is a privilege. And so, yeah, thank you, Elita, for acknowledging that and seeing that in us.
Absolutely. I think it's a very uh beautiful thing to have a divine presence of her in here, because that last piece reflection right there is really carrying huge value though. It's like we should recognize that as well. Like most times we may not see people leaning in towards this type of conversation. This type of conversation may be happening, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm about to go upstairs because y'all, it's like most time people may deviate away from it because it's not entertainment, it's not sports. We're not comparing anything. We're not contrasting. We're not
Yeah,
nobody's in lead, nobody's in charge. So no, we're actually doing the highest service by showing community out loud and being ourselves in that. That is like the highest. So I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling that.
yeah. Truthfully, that really just like that brought a lot of stuff together right there. I love that. It really did. Um, yeah. Thank y'all for being here. We're gonna wrap it up now. I don't think anyone else has anything to say unless y'all want to drop something in the chat. But I just want to just leave it on this note. First of all, just complete gratitude for everybody being here, all of you beings, literally pieces of God coming together. Like what the fuck, in honor of God, in honor of praise and praising each other and worshiping each other and having these conversations. And so it really is such a gift. I'm so honored. I'm so happy and I'm really fulfilled, and this is so nourishing. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. You want to say anything, Adenshi, before we go?
Yes, sir. I'll say that we're all feeling that feeling with you. We're all in this
Mhm.
gratitude, this appreciation. And we just give thanks for the source, being ourselves, being us right now, breathing us right now, preparing us in a profound way for this month, moving towards the equinox, allowing our energies to be recalibrated. There's so much movement happening right now that it's just so perfect that we're having this year right here. And I hope that everybody starts to utilize these qualities in any ways that they find themselves fitting in your life, and be
Yeah.
more of the presence that God is as you.
Yeah. Let's go. Y'all have the best day ever. Have the best weekend, and we will see y'all in the Shine Space again. You will all get the link. Hit me up. Everybody that's connected here, you can find them on Instagram. And so, yeah, we'll see y'all next week. All the love.
All the love.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.